Hey friends, thank you for joining me for math today. So today we're going to do math lesson 9.7, which is telling time to the half hour. So this has to do with how do you tell time to the half hour on a clock that has only an hour hand. So we're still working with just the hour hand. So let's look at that first clock. Where's the hour hand pointing? Go ahead and tell someone in your house. That's right, the hour hand is pointing at the number 4. So we need to decide what time it is when the hour hand is just pointing to the 4. Is it 4 o'clock? Is it between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock? Or is it 5 o'clock? Go ahead and tell someone in your house. Okay, so we know that it is going to be 4 o'clock because in lesson 9.6, we learned that when the hour hand, when the small hand is pointing to the 4, it is 4 o'clock. So let's take a look at this one. Is the hour hand pointing directly to the 4 like it is here? No, it's not. And is the hour hand pointing directly to the 5? No, it's not. So is it 4 o'clock? Nope, it's not 4 o'clock because the hour hand is not pointing to the 4. Is it 5 o'clock? No, it's not because the hour hand, the arrow, is not pointing to the 5. It is between 4 and 5 o'clock. So if you are looking at a real clock, like what I have here, okay, let's go ahead and we'll put it at 4 o'clock, where the hour hand is pointing to the 4, and this is the longer hand is called the minute hand. The minute hand is pointing to the 12. So if the hour hand is at the 4 and the minute hand is at the 12, that means that it is 4 o'clock. Now watch what happens when I move the minute hand down. Watch what happens. So as this is like time passing. So just like when we're in class and you see the big hand up here, and then as time passes, the minute hand kind of goes down, and then once it comes to the 6, that means that a half hour has passed. And look at where the hour hand has gone. The hour hand has gone between the 4 and the 5. So when the minute hand moves to halfway, if we cut the circle in half, we end up with like a direct line between 12 and 6. So when time passes and the minute hand moves down, the hour hand comes between the two numbers. In this case, it comes between the 4 and the 5. Okay, so let's look at this clock here. Where is the hour hand pointing? Go ahead and tell someone in your house. Absolutely, the hour hand is pointing to the 5. So when the hour hand is pointing to the 5, what time is it? Is it 4 o'clock? Nope. Is it between 4 and 5? Is the hour hand between the two numbers? No, it's not. The hour hand is pointing directly at the 5, so it is 5 o'clock. All right. So as an hour passes, as we move from 4 o'clock and time passes, as an hour passes, it moves to 5 o'clock. There we go. So when the minute hand goes around one full time, that means that an hour has passed. So watch, we're at what time right now? Where's the hour hand pointing? It's pointing at the 5. And then as time passes, the minute hand is making a full circle around the clock. And when it has gone around a full time, now where is the hour hand pointing? It's pointing to the 6. So it is now 6 o'clock. Okay, so time's going to pass, and we're going to go directly to the 6. Time is going to pass until it stops at the 6. and it is now 6:30 because the hour hand is between the 6 and the 7. So as an hour passes, the hour hand moves from one number to the next number. The hour hand is halfway between the 7 and the 8. It's not pointing directly at the 7, and it's not pointing directly at the 8. It is halfway through the 7 and the 8. So that means it is 7:30. So when a half hour has passed, the hour hand points halfway between the two numbers. So the hour hand is now half past 7 o'clock. Okay, so look at where the hour hand points and then write the time. So here, where is the hour hand pointing? It is between the 1 and the 2. So it is half past 1 o'clock. So you definitely have to use your best handwriting on these lines because they're not super long. So you're going to want to make sure that your letters are kind of close together, but they're not on top of each other. You're going to want to make sure you have correct spacing between your words. So it is not 2:30. It is only 1:30. Let's go back to 1. Okay. So here, the hour hand is pointing directly at the 1. And then, of course, as time passes, the hour hand is half past the 1, but not quite at the 2. So it is 1:30 o'clock. Okay, now let's look at this clock. Where is the hour hand? Go ahead and tell someone in your house. It is between the 4 and the 5. So it is half past what time? 4 o'clock. Thank you. So it is half past 4 o'clock. Okay, now look here. Where is the hour hand? The hour hand is between the 11 and the 12. It is past the 11, but it is not quite at the 12. So it is half past 11 o'clock. So look at number 4. Where is the hour hand pointing? The hour hand is pointing between the 3 and the 4. It's not pointing at 3 and it's not pointing at 4. It is between. It is halfway between the 3 and the 4. So that means it is half past 3 o'clock. My bad. So I'd like you to use those words, half past whatever number it is, to finish these ones here. And then I'd like you to go on to the back side. So if you look at number 11, Tim plays soccer at 9:30. He eats lunch at 1:30. He sees a movie at 2:30. So look at the clock and then write what Tim does. So what time is it? What time does it show here? It's between the 2 and the 3. So look at the problem. What does Tim do when the clock is between the 2, and the 3. So in number 12, Tyra has a piano lesson at 5 o'clock. The lesson ends at 5:30. How much time is Tyra at her lesson? Circle your answer. So one of your answer is going to be one of these two. So if she is at her lesson at 5 and she finishes, or if she goes to her lesson at 5 and she ends the lesson at 5:30, how much time is Tyra at her lesson? Is she there for an hour or is she there for a half hour? So I'll give you just a little hint. So if you look at the clock, she starts her lesson at 5 o'clock. So how long is she there when the clock goes to half? When her piano lesson ends at 11:30. So how long was she at her lesson? Is the hour hand at the 6 yet? No, it's not. It is between 5 and 6. So how much time has passed? A half hour or an hour. Just circle your answer. Number 13, what time is it? Circle the time that makes the sentence true. So look at the clock. Where's the hour hand pointing? It is between the 5 and the 6. So when it is between the 5 and the 6, the time is 5:30. So how would we write 5:30? All right, and I would like you to work on this page as well. We can do this together, side by side, during office hours, meaning that you can show up anytime during office hours and say, hey, Ms. Porter, I would like to work on math. I want to work on the half past lesson, or 9.7. And we can do this right alongside each other, whether it's something that you completely understand or something that you need a little help with. You can come in, we can do it together, and you can write the answers, we can talk about it. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me, and hope to see you at office hours. Enjoy your day.